Hi, my name is Abby Gruman. I am the principal and owner of Abby Lee Designs. We are based in Bergen County, New Jersey. We are a residential design firm servicing areas of Long Island, New York, New Jersey, Westchester. I have always been interested in interior design as far as I can remember, and fashion and architecture. As a little girl, my favorite activity was playing with my dollhouse that my grandpa built for me, and I would go to the store and buy furniture for it, and we would paint it, and that was just my favorite activity. But I started off as a teacher, which is something that's surprising for some people. I was a history teacher, and I did that for 8 years. And then while I was teaching, when I met my husband, he was then my fiance, we bought an apartment and we renovated it together. And that was when I really decided that I loved the process of it, creating something new. And during that time, while I was teaching, I went back to school for interior design at the New York School of Interior Design. And I would take night classes, and over the summer I would intern in interior design. And then I realized I wanted to make the career change and work for an interior designer. I think people come to me because I can visualize an empty room and visualize and explain to my client how beautiful the space can be and what we can turn it into. A lot of times people have a hard time with layouts and they don't know, how beautiful their space can be, and that's why they come to me. But also right now I'm definitely specializing in kids' rooms and kids' spaces. I have 2 young children, so I started with their nurseries and their playroom, and I think a lot of friends and friends of friends wanted to kind of emulate in my designs. So I've kind of taken on this role of doing like really fun kids' rooms where I use a lot of wallpaper and color and pattern. So that's become definitely one of my specialties. Right now, when I do, especially a kid's room, not a nursery, I really want it to last for like 10 to 15 years. So when kids, you want them to grow with the space. So I never like to go, too babyish or, with like for a girl's room, I never like to do like that bubblegum pink where in 5 years from now, they might not like it. So I always try to plan for the future. If you're doing a nursery, maybe you're not gonna buy a desk right now, but at least I'll plan for where I would put the desk. So when they're elementary age, we can insert that. It actually was a nursery where I had a client ask me something to do crazy. So she did not want to find out the sex of the baby, but she wanted the room fully installed and complete the day, coming home from the hospital. So nobody knew the sex of the baby but me. She had me call her doctor, and the doctor told me the sex. I presented her like 2 girl schemes, 2 boy schemes. And, she chose out of what I presented her. She had a girl. So I installed the entire space like 2 days before she gave birth. We shut the door. Nobody was allowed in the room. The wallpaper was up, the rug, everything. And then I remember going to sleep that night, and I said to my husband, when she texts me that she had the baby, I need to know right away to confirm it was a girl, because I was so nervous that something got messed up and that she would walk into the room and it would be like blue, or it would be pink and it was supposed to be blue, but she had a girl and it all worked out great. But that was definitely one of the craziest things that I've ever done for a client. One of the biggest challenges, I think, in the beginning of the design process is just being on the same page as your client. You want to stay true to your style and your aesthetic, but you want to keep your client happy. So there's just, you have to have that trust with your client where they trust you, and, sort of where I could push them a little bit sometimes, but I never like to, fully stray away from, how my vision for the space, but I like to make sure that my client is happy And that's the first priority. The other would be just perfection. Your clients want everything perfect, and I want everything perfect, but I know that's not always how it goes. Some, things come in damaged. So just the whole process of, when deliveries happen and you have mix-ups, and the process of returning and getting it perfect for your client. I think it's harder to find them, especially, now that I'm based in New Jersey. I started in New York. I found it harder to find people out in the suburbs than in the city. It's almost like pulling teeth to get somebody to come and build you a wall unit. But no, I think you just need like a few good tradesmen. And then once you start working with them and you build that relationship, they want to keep working for you. So I haven't had a hard time, getting that sort of work done. I like to keep, a good relationship with everyone I meet who does good work, and then, keep that bond going. My electrician is around my age, who I work with, and he helps me install all my chandeliers for clients. And I found, my marble installers also, I think they're like more family businesses. So it's kind of like the next generation that's taking it over now. And I've been working with people like that. We're a small little firm, but I think we'll be growing. We have some ideas to do maybe a pillow line, selling pillows. That's something I've always wanted to do. And I think also I'm going to be working on my own home. I moved to New Jersey a few years ago, so I have some plans for my own house that I want to get going on. I think a lot of people now, when they meet me, are so shocked that I taught 7th grade social studies for 8 years. Everyone's like, "What, you did?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's kind of like, it started my love for, interior design as well. I was always interested in, history and buildings. And so people are usually surprised that I taught for so long in the city in such an old grade also. Middle school is hard.